it's a complete and utter disaster that I came to Penang at this time of the year for a foodie adventure. We are now at the famous Penang Road chendol. Predominant flavour on that is charcoal, so not a good start. Your stay in Penang would not be complete without coming here for breakfast. And truth be told, I was actually going to extol the values of patience, because it's not unusual for you to have to wait 1 to 2 hours in line and then another half hour for your order to come through. However, as you can see, it is practically empty. Every time I visit Penang, I always come back here for breakfast, and I have never ever seen it this empty. So good for me. But please, 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 you have to come and you have to be patient. They don't use an electric toaster. Most places have converted to an electric toaster, but what you have here is effectively a retrofitted oil can. You have coals in the center, you have water boiling on the top, and bread steaming at the top, and you're toasting bread at the bottom. I mean, how cool is that? You have to have this coffee. It's thick. It's as thick as the tar pits of LA, and it's aromatic and it's deliciously addictive. There is no bitterness. It is not too sweet. It's just perfect. Come by. Breakfast is served. We have the set here, so we have 2 soft-boiled eggs, kaya toast, and a thick, rich black coffee. Unlike the way we do eggs back home, you don't just put in a little bit of salt. You use shoyu, you use soy sauce. So, little light soy, and white pepper. It has to be white pepper. Black pepper or multicolored pepper just lends a different flavour. It's got to be white pepper. RBG Films, I put on extra pepper just for you. Firstly, let's try that toast. It is perfectly light, airy, and toasted. It is not just toast and coffee. It's an experience. The kaya is gorgeous. Those who don't know what kaya is really just like the coconut custard jam. I know, right? How amazing does that sound? Oh. I love sweet and savoury together, so it's like my toast soldiers. Kaya toast. The richness and full-bodiness of the egg yolk with that sweet kaya and crunchy bread, just the perfect combination. And black coffee. That is so good. This is sweet and savoury working in absolute perfect union. Oh, it's a complete and utter disaster that I came to Penang at this time of the year for a foodie adventure. I arrived smack bang at the start of the 9 Emperor Gods Festival. I mean, talk about the worst planning disaster ever. Every restaurant's closed. In fact, I wanted to take you to my hands down favourite ice kacang shop here on Penang Island, which is Kek Seng Coffee House. But guess what? They're shut. But I did walk a little further, only an extra 600 metres to... I've never been here before. It's called the Swa Tau Lane Ice Kacang. So it looked legit. Like, it is full on. This is like loaded ice kacang. Really soft, fluffy ice shavings, banana, mango, papaya, generous amount of red beans, whole corn, soft cream corn, mung bean noodles, last jelly, heart of palm, and it's topped off with a massive dollop of vanilla ice cream. Nothing beats this terrible heat and humidity like an ice kacang, and it's already melting, so I better quickly eat this. Oh, it's cold, it's sweet, What else do you need? Ooh, let's try some of that. I've never had papaya in ice kacang before. I've eaten durian. It works. It worked really, really well. And it's going to cool you down instantly and very likely give me a brain freeze. And it's going to keep me hydrated for a long time, but it's also going to give me a massive sugar spike. The amount of sugar and sugar syrup in this is amazing. Thank God for the fan, because even though I just had a massive bowl of ice kacang, I am bloody sweating again. So we are now at the famous Penang Road chendol, and chendol is really just, it's very similar to ice kacang in that it is shaved ice, but the difference is the number of ingredients are far less, and they just have the red beans, they have the green mung bean noodles, ice, and the most important ingredient, coconut milk and gula melaka. Oh, that molassy, sweet, malty, rich sugar syrup. Oh my god, amazing. Itadakimasu. Rich, creamy, almost buttery. I can feel the coating of the coconut fats around my mouth. It is wonderful. This will absolutely cool you down and rehydrate you. It is also incredibly sweet and fatty. No dieting here. Because it's so hot and humid here, you have to eat this quick. Otherwise that ice will melt, and in my case, because I'm so slow and because I've got to set everything up, the ice has completely melted. One thing about Malaysia is it is a Muslim country, so a lot of the restaurants are halal, which means that they don't serve pork. However, here on Penang Island, the majority of the population is Chinese. So if you want your pork fix, come to Penang, and they do roast pork or siu yok exceptionally well. I love siu yok, and I ordered this roast pork and rice. Just lost power. Oh my god, I hope the storm had... No, that doesn't... I hope the storm, with the storm, it doesn't mean that we're gonna lose power for the whole night, because I need the aircon. So I got a roast pork and rice, and it looks like the rice has actually been cooked in the kind of the drippings of the roast pork. Now I'm going to try a piece of the pork first. It's so salty, and that piece is unfortunately a little singed. It's burned, and the predominant flavor on that is charcoal. So not a good start. Okay, let me get some of that rice, the tauge or the bean shoots, and a piece of that pork. Look at that. Itadakimasu. That rice is out of this world. As you can imagine, anything that cooked in that dripping and the rendering of the fat on that pork belly. Wow, that's spectacular. I've eaten this quite a few times already. I got lorba again. So what I got is one lorba, which is beancurd skin stuffed with pork and then deep fried. I got a pork sausage, and I got a prawn fritter. And then you've got the law, which is that. One thing is, I don't know how I'm gonna get the sauce, because as you can see, I don't have any cutlery, I don't have any crockery, so I don't know how the chili sauces and the lorba law, I'm gonna dip it. I'm probably not going to, so I'm gonna try the prawn fritter first. It's prawny, and even though it's been sitting here a while waiting for the lights to come back on, It is now cold, unfortunately, but that's not because of the cooking process itself. It's because I had to walk it back in the rain and then had to wait for the power to come back on. Okay, let's see how this lobak compares with the others I've had. There's more 5 spice and it's sweeter. Incredibly porky. Oh, that lobak is really, really good. This is just a stall that I found on, Kimberley Street. So it's not like a restaurant. I think it's just a side cart. That they were frying all this food in the freaking torrential rain. So huge respect to these hawker workers. Okay, and now I want to try that sausage. They use massive pieces of whole pieces of pork in that sausage, so it's not just pork mince. It is pork mince, pork fat, and pieces of pork meat. Wow, it is really seriously good. The last savory dish I got is called bihun. It's just thin white rice noodles, been very quickly stir-fried with kailan, tauge, soy sauce, so light soy sauce, and that's really it, because this is a vegetarian dish and it's also what you would consider as an economy noodle. In fact, a lot of these hawker stalls will actually have a big signage that says economy rice or economy noodles. So this is really cheap. This massive packet here, massive amount of bihun comes to 2 ringgit. It's like 65 cents. Only thing is, it doesn't come with a spoon, fork, knife, or chopsticks. But thankfully, the lobak stall gave me 2 of these skewers. So I'm gonna use the skewers as a temporary chopstick. Not very effectively. Okay, here we go. That flavor is distinctive because I've cooked this 100 times at home and I learnt it from my mum. So every time I eat this, it just takes me back to mum's cooking. Okay, and the last thing I got is something sweet. So I got 6 ondes. Oh, look at that. Shredded coconut, steamed rice flour, and inside should be molten gula melaka. It is a bit cold in this room, so I hope the gula melaka is still liquid. I'm going to put this whole thing in my mouth because if I was to bite this in half, chances are the gula melaka will just spread everywhere. Yum! I love that chew. I really love that chew. For me, it's a textural thing. A lot of you may not like that, it's like chewing something that just doesn't break apart. That's what this is. But once you actually chew it and you get to the center, it's like a burst of liquid sweetness. That gula melaka just gushes out like a burst pimple and it just coats your entire mouth in this ultra malty sweetness. Yum. So delicious. Before we continue any further, I just need to preemptively apologise for the poor visual quality of the next segments. Due to the oppressive heat and humidity in Malaysia, I had my hotel room's air conditioning cranked down to sub-Arctic. This unfortunately resulted in all of my lenses fogging up when I left the confines of my chilly room. Unbeknownst to me, the camera sensor also fogged up. I didn't realise this till I started editing all the Penang footage back here in Australia. Rookie mistake, everyone. Just bear with me. I will have fogged up footage like this spread throughout my stay in Penang, but thank you for your understanding. I will not make this mistake again. Also, a huge thanks to all my Instagram followers who participated in my Instagram stories poll that showed an overwhelming support to use this fogged up footage. Thank you everyone and keep on watching! G'day gorgeous people, this is how I roll. I'm having dim sum for dinner. Yeah, no, this is completely normal to have dim sum for breakfast, lunch and dinner. Why wouldn't you? So what we've ordered here is a massive bowl of vinegar noodles, deep fried prawns, pork ribs, fried radish cake, siu mai, har gow, and fish balls. My god, this is just for 2 people. Okay, so this is rice noodles cooked in a thick gravy with char siu, prawns, crab, egg, and a wonderful side of soy sauce and preserved chilies. Oh my god, this looks fantastic. Let's try it, shall we? Do not be put off by the fact that this is a vinegar noodle. It is incredibly subtle. In fact, all it does is it lands a very under base of acidity. That's all it is, and it's ever so slight. It is not pronounced at all. Okay, next, my favorite dumpling of all time, har gow. So this is my favorite. This is the prawn dumpling. Look at that. Bit of that sweet chili sauce. Okay. Itadakimasu. That pastry, that skin is a little tacky. Just a little tacky. Not too unpleasant, it's not thick. That prawn filling, which is what you come here for, is sweet. It's so prawny, and I'm using that as a describing word. It is really prawny, and the massive chunks, like whole bits and chunks of prawn in the har gow. It is really, the center is really good. The skin, I'd probably give it a 6 out of 10, but the filling, 10 out of 10. I think this is prawn covered in like bean curd skin and then deep fried. Normally you dip this into a mayonnaise, but I don't like mayonnaise. So I'm going to dip this into chili. Come on, it's deep fried, it's prawn, it's bean curd skin. Can't get that combination wrong. Delicious. Fishbowl time. Now I've never actually had this as like a dim sum with yum cha dish. I've never seen it in Australia. I'm sure it's there, it's just that we've never ordered it. But it's quite literally a big ass fish ball. It's too big to put this whole thing in my mouth. It is silky smooth. Like seriously, there is no give at all. It's almost like biting into a firm tofu. It is, wow, it is lusciously smooth. Every time I go to yum cha dim sum, I always order the pork ribs. It's a little slippery. Oh, I've just got a small piece here. I think the theme for this meal is silky, because seriously, that pork rib is silky smooth, it's moist, it's fatty, it's luscious, it's everything you want a pork rib to be, and so much more. Now the last, fried radish cake. Oh, look at that. It has been fried to golden perfection. I can already tell this is going to be fantastic. Inside of my mouth has been coated with that really savory, salty, oily residue. I know it doesn't sound appetizing, but it really, really is. I can feel my waistline expanding by an extra inch just eating this. With that, it's so starchy, it's carby, it's fried. It's all kinds of bad for you, but it's so good. No dieting here. Thank you all so much for joining me today. If you enjoyed this day's meal, please give me a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, please hit the subscribe and bell notification buttons below. If you've yet to visit our Instagram account, here's the address. So, till the next in-flight review or foodie adventure, bye!